Who's in the Bonanza?
Well, I just don't have the plane.
Dark and me are in the Skymaster today, so
Oh,
it
for
might be that.
fuck's sake.
Bonanzas everywhere.
Yeah,
Wow.
bush planes, guys. Good lord.
You can push a Skymaster.
Okay.
Two engines, it'll get out of trouble pretty
Yeah.
quickly, right?
I
Yeah.
thought
Respo.
about.
Yeah.
Two
yeah,
engines are better than one. Okay, I'm just saying.
yeah. I love the aircraft,
shall-
but I wouldn't fly
we
this,
shall see.
this trip in it. So
Look,
I
it
was
could maybe do
thinking-
with some bigger wheels, but I'm gonna stick by my decision.
I was thinking I was gonna get in the Beach 18 or something like that, but I don't know. There's too many tight turns on the flight plan. I need a Freedom Fox.
that's why I commented on there that I recommended that you use a Cub variant or something like that, a bush plane.
So if I'm in the
Because there are
Kodiak,
tight
it's
turns
okay?
I'm hopping in the Monster NX Cub.
NX Cub is a good choice.
Yeah, waypoints
gra-
12,
gravel
12
is-
14 is up a river run, so you'll want to be able to turn quick.
Yeah, gravel is a good good choice. You're going to need to make some quick turns.
So the
I
Kodiak,
never ran
okay.
a Skymaster. I did a river run with Skymaster. I can do
Okay.
it again.
And that canyon run up Waimea
Depends on the
Canyon
river.
is trippy. However, the Skymaster is great for the long stretches going out to Niihau Island. So,
I wanted to ask a
Meow.
question about that. Why is it forbidden?
Oh, because they want to preserve the pure Hawaiian culture.
Right. So are the tribes on it, or no one's on it?
No, there's a small
tribes.
village that they live very basically.
I've
That's
got
awesome. Cool.
And it's actually a family, like the Robinson family, that actually owns the island, and they strictly adhere to what their wishes.
yeah, wicked.
they're
Good on
they're they've owned it since. Well, the family has owned it not under the name Robinson, but other members of that family have owned it since 1864 when they bought it from the Hawaiian Royals.
Wicked.
Which island are we talking about?
Niihau, the Forbidden Island.
The one that we're going to, like the only other island we're going to today.
Oh, right, that one. Yeah, it's also a missile test range, and it's got loads of radomes all over it.
Oh,
That
no.
might be a different
No.
island. It's called
No,
Kahului or something. It's an uninhabited island just south of Maui that never had any people because there was like no water source.
Ah, I see.
Somebody else knows the islands here. That's good.
Well, I've
'Cause
been
if
to
I
like
can't get-
three. I've been to two of them, so I know.
If I can't get this fucking sim to start, you may be navigating this beast.
Oh, I hear you. I was having some I was talking to some people on the Thursday flight. There was some big problems, but it turns out like my 5G wireless band was like screwing up, and like a lot of things besides the sim were not working. I had to reset my
Why
router,
is
'cause
it
was-
the old version?
I am really going to be pissed because I put some effort into this thing and I have narration to go along with it.
Hmm.
So if
Oh, are we getting an education today? This is what I'm keen.
oh yes, oh this is
Fuck
going to
yeah.
be educational and fun too. So
Why couldn't school be this good?
Cause Ofsted's a bunch of dicks. Well, I don't know, cause school is boring in general.
I don't know. School may be boring, but learning is fun to me.
No, it is,
Yeah.
but
Totally agree.
depends what it is. If it's like I grew up determined to like work, crunching numbers in Excel and be an analyst, and why the hell would I need to read Shakespeare? I don't know. I'm not to knock Shakespeare. He was an amazing author, but I mean, that's stuff I had trouble comprehending, to say the least.
Because
I
things
mean, you
like
can't
that,
go to like an 8-year-old and be like, "Hey, 8-year-old, what do you want to do when you grow up?" Great, we're only going to teach you about that.
Well, it is true that if you focus on the math and sciences, that's probably all you really need.
Yeah, I definitely learnt more from Kerbal Space Program than my physics class in high school.
I grew up wanting to develop.
Because you liked it more?
100%.
Like, it's the
Yeah.
same information.
I grew
Yeah,
up wanting
exactly.
to.
Oh, fuck, I'm falling. I just flipped over. Okay, alright. Pick yourself up. Come on, buddy. Fucking planes, they're so touchy.
it can be.
Okay, stop. Good
Yeah.
stop. Good stop.
I'm-
Alright.
I'm visualizing this as you're
I mean,
melting down.
I guess you can't see me, but everybody else can see me flipping my fucking plane on the runway. It's fine.
Well, this sucks. My
Be the last time.
instrument gauge is like completely frozen. All my airspeed indicator and everything.
There must be something going around. Good God, because like I said, I've been flying all week with the new updates and stuff, and not had a problem.
It's
And
crazy.
this one morning, when I want to go fly this particular flight that I worked on putting together, and I am going to try not loading the flight plan in and just using it from little nav map.
I'm gonna restart my flight and see if that works. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell's going on.
Go ahead, I'll be
It's like my whole airspeed indicator and altitude, it says 0. It just says whatever it was when I spawned. There's no airspeed, 120 feet altitude. It's not moving.
There's definitely some ghosts in the machine. Yesterday I joined the Reno Racing Discord for some flights, and I had one race that was fine, 2 races that kicked me out to the main menu, and another race where I just started and I was running at 12 FPS. And there was no reason why. It was just weird. And now that, as shitty as Reno is, I've never had those sorts of problems before. Booted up, and that was just my entire time with it. It was shit.
My sim freezes occasionally for 10 seconds or so, but then it recovers and it goes back to normal.
Yeah, I've had that a couple of times since the World Up. Yeah, the Sim Update 10.
While I have
Just
everyone,
freeze. I'm like, oh god, is this gonna crash? Nope. Just wait 5-10 seconds and I'm done.
while I have everyone's undivided attention because we're not flying yet, Rexpo pointed out that we've got either an island hop next flight, 73 nautical miles over water, or would we prefer to do a very, very short C-17 hop in the middle of the week?
We just pick something faster and do the island hop?
no,
We could.
I think first of all,
Island hop.
You guys want to fly the 73 miles over the water to the next island next week?
Yeah, in something a bit faster than a bush plane
73
maybe.
miles. 73 miles is nothing.
Well, in a
Yeah.
bush plane, it's
It's
anything
a bit
faster.
fun.
It'll take us in a bush plane at bush plane speeds. It'll take us about 45 to 50 minutes.
I was going to say about 40 minutes, depending on how hot your bush plane is.
Yeah.
That's
So
not bad.
if you want to do
Right.
that, but would you then want to stop and switch into a different plane once we get to the island, or you want to fly a fast
not?
plane the whole night or the whole
I'm
flight?
just gonna take the Honda Jet there. Meet you there.
Yeah,
See,
that'd be
well,
pretty
you know,
rad. That's
there
a good idea,
isn't-
actually.
there isn't canyon flying like today on Oahu. Okay, so we'll be seeing some cliffs and things like that, but we could fly a faster aircraft.
Yeah, let's do that next
My
week. then.
instruments are broken too. Sorry to derail the combo.
What's that?
My
What's broken?
instruments are all frozen as well.
Okay, you try to restart?
No. And I'm not going to, because I'm assuming that it's something to do with the mod. I'm gonna try a plane that's not.
What
Did you
mod?
load the flight plan into Flight Sim as well?
Yeah.
Is that what's doing? Who's the other person that is having instrument problems?
Expo.
Steam scam, yeah. I might have to go to a steam gauge plane.
What are you on? Are you? What plane were you trying to fly?
With Kit Fox.
So it's like a mod plane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me try something that's not a mod plane here. I'll try a regular plane.
Hitfox should work just fine, I would think.
It
Yeah, I flew
might.
yesterday.
I mean,
Fine.
this flight plan has like 40 waypoints. Usually I try to keep it down to like 12, so it might be something like that or
But what does my altimeter have to do with that?
nothing. Not really.
Altimeter?
Altimeter?
Yeah.
Correct. That's the correct pronunciation.
There
Altimeter,
are,
altimeter, either one.
Well, I'm in a mod plane and Dark's in a mod plane, and I assume my instruments are working fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless it's the problem with the Kit Fox itself.
Well, he's
I was
in the
I was in the NX Cub. Yeah.
yeah, I'm in the NX and my instruments are working right now.
Your instruments
yeah.
are fine. Eh?
and it works.
Brad's
Yeah, I
pretty
mean-
on top of that sort of stuff too.
I'm in the Kodiak and it's fine, and I flew the
Yeah.
Kit Fox yesterday anyway.
Alright, I'm just gonna clear it then, and I'll just follow you guys, and we'll see if it works without the flight plan on it.
We taking off on the north.
Taking off runway 21.
I'm
taxiing
taxiing
over
down to meet you guys as we speak.
in my
Awesome.
Oh, you got in?
Kodiak.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm working.
Yeah,
I'm functioning.
In the Brodiac.
Let's go, Brodiac.
By the way, has anyone any experience with the Zenith, which is on sale right now? Is it
Yeah, I'm
any
gonna
good?
respawn one
Yes.
last time in the Kodiak and hope for the best. I don't know what's going on. Well, you said whoever else is reporting the same problem. What are you trying to fly?
Question about the Zenith. Yes, I've had it almost since it came out. I paid full price for it.
Now it's on sale.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
well,
me
it's
too.
$10. And there's a floating bonanza up above me. Oh my! Somebody's using a different mesh.
Yeah, but is it worth it? I mean, was it worth the full price or?
It's a good.
I flew it a lot because we didn't have a lot of choices when that first came out, and I flew it a lot. I flew it all over Okavango Delta, flew it in Alaska, flew it a bunch of places. I enjoyed it, and there's a couple mods that make the instruments a little bit better. There's a floating bush plane.
Hey, yeah, my instruments are working now. I guess it was
Yay.
the flight plan. Weird.
Yeah, I think next
Very
time
strange. Fine, I'll just
we
follow
gotta
you.
keep waypoints down below 50.
We all
Like,
here?
Yeah, are we good to go?
Well, there's so many waypoints because there's so much stuff to see on.
there's
yeah,
someone else
that's
coming
fine.
down this way.
That's me coming down this way.
Right on.
Okay,
I'm at- well,
We're punching out.
everybody
punch
ready to roll?
no,
Let's go.
I loaded back in, and all these reloadings in VR, it's like, now my frame rate's got a lot worse, but it was really good before, and now my frame rate tanked, so I might have to restart the sim. That's really gonna be heartbreaking. Maybe well, you're going
Just
out
join
to
in on us,
Neon.
man.
I'll
Just
probably
join
just
in on
spawn
us.
at the Barking Sands and go from there. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to
It's a
restart.
small island.
I really hate this.
Okay. Well, look, we'll be flying right near Barking Stands on the way.
Yeah,
Barking
so I'll probably
Stands
just have to start there. Yeah, so
on the way out to the
Nihao,
Nihao,
I know.
and we'll also be going by Barking Sands on the way back from Nihao. So
Alright,
That's a good place
I'll
to
just
connect
meet you
with us.
there. Yeah, this is tough.
all right. Well, anyway, gentlemen, as we fly out here, we'll be going over now Willy Willy Harbor, and the Willy Willy Harbor was the very first harbor, and it's still the really the only harbor on the island. It has a small boat harbor, a cruise ship terminal, and cargo terminals. If you look at it, it's not very big, but this effectively services the whole island of Kauai.
Neat.
Neat.
Hey, Willie.
Now, Willy Willy, love it.
So this is the island of Hawaii in comparison to the
Kauai.
of
Kau-
Hawaii. Kauai. Okay.
Kauai with a K, yeah.
How many islands are there?
100 or so.
Yeah.
There's
Really?
like
oh,
four.
I guess that makes sense. It's a
And
probably
there's
easier
what,
than
like
Vanuatu.
four main islands?
Yeah, 4 or 6, depending on what you want to call
Maui,
it. Maui is a
Hawaii,
Maui is a main island.
Oahu.
Kauai,
Oahu's
Maui,
the big island.
Lanai,
Oahu's the big one.
Lanai, Molokai. And Hawaii is the big island, of course. Anyway,
Very cool.
regarding waypoints, some of these are there so I could get you guys to make turns around certain things that are worth seeing on Microsoft's rendition of the island. So
Yeah, sweet.
Always good navigation guy.
Oh, he's definitely a native.
Beaches don't look half bad.
Hawaii only from PvP.
Excuse me. Oh wow, you guys are flying real low. You get down there.
I just,
we're
just
bush
noticed
flying.
I went through the split in the mountains because it looks cool coming over to those beaches.
Yeah,
Instead
the
of-
scenery's beautiful.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like this is like red. Oh, what am I doing? Oh my god, what am I doing? Am I breaking the plane? We're going 130. Stop crying. Flying this plane for you, Dragons.
Hey man, you didn't have to fly any plane for me. I'm flying the Kodiak. 130 is like flap speed.
What? Why am I in this little stroller?
You chose it.
I remember like bush planes. Bush planes. No, bush planes.
I'm in a bush plane. It's just a fast one.
I didn't know that was an option. I thought they were mutually exclusive.
It's not. You have to pay for it.
Goddamn. Okay, well if I break this thing, I'm coming back in the Vertigo. So.
Okay. That's fine. That's kind of a bush plane.
Would not be my recommendation.
Well,
Yes,
never
well.
mind.
It's fine.
Look, he's already disappointed in us for bringing the Sky Masters, alright? You turn up in a Vertigo, I think he's just gonna quit. I need my education today.
Yes.
Well, I have a need too. A need for speed.
For speed.
That's a $5 fine.
That's a
I'll send you the
lifetime ban.
coin.
And this is a cool little town.
I don't like being in the back.
Join the club.
I mean, there's NOS. You've got NOS in that plane.
Yeah, but I gotta find the button for it. It's gonna be a whole thing.
I mean, you've got
Big and
9 minutes of
Like, you
NOS.
can't
Oh,
miss
it's the
it.
big blue one? Oh, let me touch it. Hold on.
It's literally labeled NOS
Nos.
on the left side of the panel.
Left side of the panel. I need a big, flashing, glowing thing.
It's by like the power button.
You need a laptop on the seat next to you like Paul Walker.
Like, seriously though.
It's labeled NOS.
NOS.
How have you missed it? It's right there.
Okay, I get that it's labeled NOS. We've all mentioned it's labeled NOS. I still can't see it.
Top left.
Did you push the button labeled NOS?
Yes. No. Oh, it's not a button, it's a switch, you dick.
Oh, there we go. Close enough.
It's a toggle.
You're not supposed to hold it in.
NOS in use. Alright. I got 3 minutes of this shit according to the quips
You sure do.
on the panel.
We'll see you in like 20 seconds.
Woohoo! I'm going to whop it 125.
He's gonna do the
Hey, same.
flight plan twice and then catch up.
Yeah, if I had the flight plan.
Hope you don't need it later. We're coming up on Port Allen here. Port Allen is the general aviation airport that's currently used mostly for scenic helicopter tours and other flights, but does general aircraft, ultralights, that sort of thing. The harbor there is located in Hanapepe Bay, and it's the main launching point for the majority of the cruises out to the Nepali coast, which we're going to see later. Also do whale watching trips and deep sea expeditions here. Taking a catamaran out of here up the Nepali coast, and it's really beautiful, and certainly in real life it's not represented badly in the sim. Let's do a touch and go here at Port Allen.
Okay.
Just to get our legs on.
Hey Dragons, you mod some of these planes, eh? You've made planes and shit.
No. I've painted planes.
Oh.
I've put lights on planes and cameras on planes, but I've never made a plane. I made an airport.
Like, do you know how to edit? Like, I don't know what is used as like stats values for planes. Like, is it?
I don't know.
Watch out. So sorry to interrupt that. I'm actually taking off on my 9er. I just spawned back in. I need to get back in the air quick. So hold
go to
off quick.
Go to
Get out
Port
of your way.
Allen, Papa Hotel, Papa Alpha.
Yeah, that's where
already
he's
there.
at.
I can see.
Are you
lights.
already
Yeah, I
there?
just took off
Yep, can see lights.
in a Kodiak this time.
Nice.
That's a bit of a hike out to that abandoned island.
Gizmo,
Yes.
you're trying to give yourself more
About
NOS.
it's 18 miles out there.
What's that,
It's
Dragon?
not,
just
it's not
trying to-
abandoned. The Forbidden
Oh
Island.
yeah, no, I want to be able to take any of these planes and crank them up. So if it ends up being like a any kind of just like an object structured data
No,
sheet that they
it's
pull
not.
the stats values from planes,
No.
I mean it has to be.
It's not gonna be fucking hard coded.
If you change something, you're changing the inherent flight model.
What's that, sorry?
If you change anything, you're changing the inherent flight model and cause the plane to be wonky very quickly.
Right, but if I just make it faster,
it doesn't. I mean,
yeah,
okay.
It's a play on a lot of things.
It's not like
as easy as
it's not like changing a number and you go faster. If you change a number, then you're changing the torque, the roll. Like it's just you're gonna make it almost worse, most likely.
You can make minor tweaks like up the horsepower by 100, and it'll rev out real quick.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get like any kind of crazy sort of like, you know, I just want to do some tune-ups, you know? I want to be able to like dig into the hood and be like, oh, I want my own NX Cub that's got like special whatever.
So the one you're flying right now.
Bigger NOS button at the button, not a fucking toggle switch.
So
and that says NOS in flashing letters.
Yeah, a big red one that says "Go baby go" on it. Yeah.
Go baby go.
The Monster NX Cub is a tuned-up NX Cub. Like it is the tuned-up.
Do it again.
It's the same thing with the boxes. Stage 2. It's like the same thing. They probably just changed the horsepower variable, right?
But they also changed a lot of variables. Like the weight of the engine is bigger, so it has.
Well, I would hope it would be, at least have some kind of realism if you put that much bigger an engine. But I don't know. The Fox 2 seems unrealistic. I mean, it can climb up to like airliner height.
It is a bit unrealistic, but that's only because most people don't put 1,800 horsepower engines in their, unless you're Steve Henry, like. Then it's realistic.
Right, but you're saying it's actually possible to do, so then it's not unrealistic.
I'd say for the normal person it's unrealistic, but it's uncommon, but it's not unrealistic.
Yeah, but then I got this thing up to 30,000 feet. There's no way that thing can get up that high.
Okay, so it's not the aircraft that's unrealistic, it's the sim and it's how it models like atmosphere.
I think you can take the X-Cub to 30,000 feet. And
you just have to have oxygen.
You should survive, although you shouldn't. And the plane is still gonna fly, so that's not a problem of the mod. It's actually a problem of the sim.
I mean, engines can get you there. You might die, but the engine can do it.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, can you just repeat that? Sorry, I was hearing "Don't Sink" for like a whole minute. It's Kodiak, my computer be glitched.
Don't sink.
I was climbing. It was like, "Don't sink." I'm like, yeah, I get it. I know why there is that, but like, come on. I think that's still a glitch if it was still doing that when you're actually climbing.
Right?
I think it's taking certain variables in. Give you that warning. I don't know what those are, but
typically aircraft take in how low you are to the ground versus your attitude.
Damn decent turnout today.
Yeah.
Unicom 1 was huge.
Glad to see ya. What are you guys up to? I'm not informed. Sorry.
We're flying in Hawaii.
Yeah, I wanted to be in the Kid Foxes, but no, I guess I'm out in the Kodiak. At least the instruments work.
Look at all you pussies up at 1,000 feet.
I'm just trying to catch up.
See, but what's funny, Gizmo, is that Rexpo up here is in the very front of the pack in an NX Cub, so I think you're just flying it wrong.
I don't know how you can fly it wrong. I'm just pointing it straight. I also feel like we're all going like a similar speed, so.
We are.
Which we should be doing, actually.
Which planes fly?
It's a group flight.
We don't leave nobody behind unless they're Gizmo.
Honestly, I took off first. I just circled a bunch and ended up in the back after my last circle because I was watching you guys take off.
What server are you guys on?
West.
USA West.
lot
Anyway,
of Cubs and Savage Cubs, things like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Kodiak, Savage Cubs, NX Cubs, Scrabbles, Monsters.
While we're on our way out to Niihau here, as we talked earlier, it was also known as the Forbidden Island, and it's been owned by the same family since 1864. I think I mentioned that earlier. There have been some private expeditions and stuff that have gone out there as private tours, but they're very limited in what they can do, and they can't interact with the natives at all. I think the population of the island is about 160, if I recall, and about 75 of those are permanent. They live there and nowhere else. Currently managed by the Robinson family. The people on Niihau are famous for the shell jewelry that they make, shell lays and things like that. I guess there's a lot of shells out there that they can collect, and they do that. They speak Hawaiian as their primary language. I'm sure most of them speak English too, but Hawaiian is the primary language spoken on the island. There was a thing that happened there called the Niihau Incident, which was right after the attack on Pearl Harbor. An Imperial Japanese naval pilot crash landed his Zero there, and was after participating in the attack on Pearl Harbor. The Zero got shot up, and Niihau was believed by the Japanese to be uninhabited and was designated as an emergency put-down site. So if your plane gets in trouble, you know, put it down there, and we'll send a sub to pick you up. However, that didn't happen in this case. The native Hawaiians were unaware of the attack. Sorry, it's my phone ringing and I'm ignoring it. Were unaware of the attack, and of course opened up their arms to the guy, and full aloha and everything else. There were two residents on the island that practically spoke Japanese, that were from Japan, and he opened up to them. Nobody told them. They didn't know about the attack yet because they didn't have, satellite communications and that kind of thing back then. And they did confiscate his weapons when they took him in. But then he started working with the two Japanese people on there to take over the island. And they did. They took all the islanders prisoner, a bunch of the islanders prisoner. That didn't last long because they revolted against him and killed him, actually. And it was called the Niihau Incident. I'm trying to remember all of this. But they overcame one of the guards or his guard, and broke out. Let's see, find something here. Oh yeah. Well, the two of the islanders overcame them and killed the Japanese aviator.
Wow.
And also, one of the Japanese people that had assisted him also died by suicide right after they took the island back.
Jesus. Wow.
Did you bury the bodies, Rexman?
No, I didn't. I wasn't there, actually. I was not yet a gleam in my daddy's eye.
You seem to know an awful lot about it.
Well, I did some research on it when I was putting together the flight plan, because I recall...
He was the one that shot the guy down.
Wyatt.
In his Kodiak.
Had to make sure he was dead.
My monster cub with the quad 50s.
Man, you'd shoot them and it'd go backwards.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Short
Did you
bursts only.
Did you also hear that someone actually, a ferry pilot, actually managed to get a 172 to Hawaii from California, where usually they actually ship them by boat?
I I think I heard about that, but I don't.
Yeah, he did it
recall.
with a bunch of fuel tank pouches, the
It doesn't
blubber
surprise me.
bags. Those ferry
Bill-
pilots are psychos, dude.
Fill
Oh,
the
yeah.
passenger compartment with fuel bladders.
That's exactly what they did. And he had to get and turn around and switch the fuel bladders while he was flying the plane.
You ever hear about that guy who crossed the Atlantic and was having fuel pressurization issues? And I forget what it was a prop. So he had like a tube and had to blow into the bag for like
God.
7 hours to keep the pressure in the lines.
Isn't like the world record for the longest flying time like a bunch of days in a 172 or something?
Yeah, yeah.
It was
It
over
way,
Vegas.
Way back.
It's like
It was way
65
back.
days they
Yeah,
did it
it's
over
insane.
Vegas.
Yeah, they got near the ground and a fuel truck paced them or something to give them
Yep.
fuel or something like that.
They were doing oil
Same for
changes. up
food.
there.
Yeah,
How
they
did
had to
they
do
use
like 4 or 5
public
oil
transport?
changes. So crazy.
How did they exchange food?
They modified the front of the plane so that they could get down underneath the avionics panel, and they would fill the oil as they drained the oil so that they didn't lose pressure.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
can
funny
do
because the
nowadays.
guy was not a skinny dude. He was actually a pretty big guy. One of them was.
I don't know, man. I feel like my relationship with the co-pilot would never be the same after whoever needed to take a dump first, hey?
Multiple dumps. Lots
A lot of dumps.
About
5 days
65
worth of dumps in a 172, fuck that.
No.
At one point, they both fell asleep for a short period of time.
So it was
Jeez.
65 days, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
We do that nowadays in planes anyway.
Crazy.
Hey,
Get
people
all
are
in.
doing it in the Teslas.
Get all the news reports. Oh, we found out both pilots were asleep. We don't know how long for.
But seriously, why would you do that to yourself? I mean, lying
For a
down there-
hotel.
What?
They did it
As
for a
you-
hotel.
As you fly over Niihau here, you'll notice that the vegetation is somewhat sparse and it's dry. This is in the rain shadow of the island of Kauai, so it doesn't get a lot of rain.
Oh, right.
And there is essentially one main village here, and it's we'll be passing it, flying over it in a little bit. If you look out ahead of you, you can see there's this flat down there. We're going to do a
Whoa.
little bush landing out there when we get there. So dark's
What
already
waypoint?
up. Be past waypoint 5.
Oh, I know that. I've actually landed there before. Yeah, it's like a beach you can land on.
Yeah,
Sort
there's
of.
there's a beach, and then there's a lake over there, a reservoir that around the edges has places to land too. So I have landed in both places, and it's fairly easy. So let's do a little bushy landing there, and take off again.
Oh,
Lots
DN,
of
that was
places
cool
to
seeing
land
your
depending
dust.
on I'm sorry, what?
I just saw DN's dust to go over, kick up some dirt.
Yeah.
Dust.
I was wondering if it's easy with the Skymaster.
It's even easier to what?
It's easy to land even with a Skymaster on a non-bush plane in general.
Probably not. This will probably be hard.
I think the Kodiak can do it. This thing can land on like 500 feet or something. It's crazy, especially with the reverse. We put the reverse on it.
Yeah.
Kodiak is great.
But I mean, it does fly like a school bus compared to like a sedan, like if you're in a Kit Fox. But it is pretty versatile.
Yeah, but did you notice since the update that the kit was very unstable because it's so light that it will react to any gust of wind?
I haven't flown it at all since the update. So I'm going to touch down here on the beach.
I'm gonna do a lap just so I can see exactly where you're landing.
Ooh, it's bumpy down here.
Oh, flying over those hills and now I was getting chucked around like anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely some
wait,
turbulence.
where did he get up in the canyons? DN touchdown, I see his dust.
I'm not down. I'm about 3 foot off.
Oh, is that right?
We're full
You-
stopping, right?
You're kicking up a dust. Yeah, we full stop here. Just briefly.
Don't fuck this up, Dark. We gotta stand by the Skymaster decision, alright?
I'm landing.
Ah.
This is a huge long beach. We can make
Yeah.
this.
Plenty
Oh,
of
yeah.
room.
Oh yeah.
The Kodiaks shouldn't have too much trouble with that at
No,
all.
Kodiak.
So, the end!
The beginning's pretty grassy. The end gets a little worse.
It's a lot
to the
They're over where I
Oh,
am.
this Cody can do Saba. He could probably land. I've landed
Oh,
this thing
what
on
was that,
cliff
Gizmo?
in Ireland.
Yeah, shut up. Didn't see that.
It's
I
really
think I put the thrust in reverse. Did you see that?
in the NX Cub. There's not really reverse.
No, I broke the Annex Cup. I had to switch to the Vertigo.
Oh, I see.
I was trying to catch
Oh.
up and I nosed it a bit too hard. And it broke.
Hmm.
And it kicked me out.
I just turned crash damage off because it's like you just hit a puddle of water and you're back to the main menu. I mean, really.
Oh,
My
no.
crash damage is off. I overstressed the airplane.
Uh,
I usually leave it on.
yeah. I just don't fly in a way that would overstress it to begin with. It's almost like, well, crashing isn't really simulated anyway because it just tells you you've crashed, and that's it. It doesn't actually stimulate the plane breaking apart or exploding or anything like that.
Well,
We
that would,
usually on these bush trips turn the damages off.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Learned
we've
that
been
the
doing
hard
that.
way.
Been doing that since Alaska, just because it, you know, we like to keep the group together and everything. And there's, unfortunately, things will break you if you have them on. Okay, everybody down?
Everyone-
No, I'm
So-
I'm just on left base here.
AK flying is over there somewhere.
GN is circling around. Some things never change. Well, I really like the dust effect. Hey, you got the vertigo down good.
Yeah, that dust thing is cool. It works in the water too.
Oh, it just crashed really hard. Cool.
You can wash your wheels and it makes a cool little like mist layer.
You take off backwards?
Yeah, what was the go with that then? He just like shot backwards then.
Who,
Oh,
me?
taking off?
Somebody else. I just crashed.
So why
Oh.
the skis today, Rexpo?
What?
Your plane has skis on it.
No, it doesn't.
It most certainly does next to me.
Absolutely does not.
It's
I
funny.
think that's a model.
Monster Cub doesn't have a ski version.
It certainly does. I'll take a screenshot because that's hilarious.
It's a model matching issue.
Yeah, they gotta find a way to let you see the planes that you don't have when others are flying them. I don't know how they will, but they should.
Yeah, I think the NX Cub has a ski variant, doesn't it?
Yeah. it
No,
does.
I don't believe so, because,
Monster NX Cub does,
Um,
but the regular NX Cub does have a ski variant.
oh, the regular one does, but I'm in the Monster.
Right, but there's a
That's
model
weird
match.
because I've got
there's
the
a-
Monster Cup.
There's a model matching issue with the Monster NX Cub that sometimes it'll put floats or skis on it
Oh, cool.
when other people see you. It's weird. I don't know.
Let me go outside here. Nope, no skis when I'm looking at it.
Well,
Yeah, must
actually,
be a model
I don't know if
match.
the NX Cub does, but the X Cub does.
Yeah, X Cub does, but,
I
the
don't.
Yeah,
Monster
see, I've
NX
got
does
the
not.
Monster Cup installed, and I can see other people with the Monster Cup.
Yeah, it's weird.
But you're seeing me with skis on, that's weird.
Yep.
No, really, Rexpo just forgot to tell us something.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, though. You don't have to fly all the way out here to the point if you don't want to. We can just kind of kick around and go over towards waypoint 7.
Nah.
I remember anyone fly the Shock Ultra these days? Like, it's probably been
No.
a long time, but I guess it's just really obsolete. But I guess the Kit Foss can do anything that could do, right?
Yeah.
So which is, I remember early on I tried to like land on top of buildings at the Shock Ultra. Or like the hotel in Dubai, Burj Al Arab Hotel.
I like that. I did a fair amount of flying around Africa in that, just because it was so nimble and not fast, just nimble.
Well, me and Feelgood put a Skymaster on the beach.
Look,
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty concerned with how long it took me to get off the ground back there.
Skymaster on the beach. That sounds like a Jimmy Buffett song.
Right?
There are so many planes in this group.
Yeah,
This is
it's
amazing.
awesome.
Like looking at the radar, there's like how many fucking people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I gotta
What was
get the
that, like
premium.
12, 13?
I gotta get the premium PMS 50 or the GTN 750 that so I can see them with that.
I mean, the regular G3X can do it now for some reason, and the
Yeah, I knew that.
now the NXI can't. So it's, I don't know.
The NXI, I didn't see it with the NXI.
It doesn't work. I'm looking at it right now. I
Oh
can't see
really?
anybody.
Yeah, you had to use the VFR map.
It doesn't work on a freeware 750 either.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get the premium. I think it's pretty recommended from what I've heard that it's money well spent.
Bought it fairly early on, and I've never regretted it.
I think the rule in general is if you're ever on the fence about buying something, buy it because you're sooner or later gonna do it.
But I don't want to spend €75 for just a GPS station.
Yeah, that's a bit rough. That's why I haven't done it. And it's a subscription too. Fuck subscriptions. Ugh.
No, so just buy 1 year so that if in a year from now if the sim, well, stops becoming the sim, then, well.
But I like ownership. I'm not renting something. I'm not renting a digital something.
I'm definitely with you on that.
Well, we're all renting this sim because we don't have all this downloaded. We're all streaming the scenery from the cloud. They could turn that off one day, so there's that to consider.
Don't you poke holes in my argument on my Saturday, alright? I'm just
Wait, they're streaming the terrain?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's like terabytes of data. You
Yeah,
can't
of
install the
course.
whole world onto the game. Everything we're flying over is being streamed over the internet. You knew that. I mean, that's how they.
Yeah, it's the world maps from
Well, how do you
Google
play
Earth.
offline?
You don't, oh, you can pre-cache.
the terrain
It gives
totally
you-
changes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
does
doesn't
it?
give you
Yep.
very much down there. Yeah, it just gives you an outline, but you can
No
still fly.
photogrammetry at all.
Yeah.
Like we've got a few photogrammetries with work, and they're the rare folder that's marked "Do Not Sync" because they're huge, man. They're absolutely huge. And then there's logs of the photogrammetry as well. It gets crazy.
Right.
Like we've got we had photogrammetry once of none of you guys are Aussies, but like the Sunshine Coast, and it was within like a meter. You could like make out some big writing. Like it was crazy.
That's wild.
But it
If
was also
you,
like 14 gig for a few blocks, and 3D Max was just like kill me.
If you approach waypoint 5, excuse me, waypoint 8, if you look inland from there, you can see the village of Buwai. There's not much of it there, but you'll miss it if you blink. But it's just a little village right there on the coast.
Oh, sorry, dumb question. How many waypoints were there on the flight plan between our starting airport, Lihui, and Port Arthur, or wherever that first airport we TNG'd at?
I think it was about 3. I don't remember.
There were 3. Because I revised my flight plan because I had to spawn from that other airport when I had the technical problems, but now my waypoint numbers are different from what you're describing. So, I was wondering if you knew that
I ditched the flight plan for my instrument, so I can't see this waypoints at all.
Yeah. Oh, so it actually worked without a flight plan with the Kit Fox?
Oh, I see a couple of houses here. Actually, I might have just passed over it.
I see it, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It works without the flight plan. Like on the same plane, I tried again without the flight plan. It worked.
Yeah, that might be.
Rexpo, is that village? Is that the village?
Yeah.
That's the village.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So those
I've
would
seen
be
a few dirt roads and that. They've obviously got cars here, right?
a
Well,
few.
they're-
I don't think so.
I mean, tractors, carts. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Motorcycle.
They live a pretty simplistic life. I don't think they do. They have like a helipad and like a school, like a solar panel that powers it.
There is
Yeah.
a helipad for sure.
Oh, it's pretty. Are we
like fairly self-sustaining though, or do they get stuff on the bigger islands?
Sometimes they have to evacuate to Kauai if there's like a drought. They have to go back to the
Right.
Kauai.
So there's fresh water on here though, right? Those lakes
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, but there may not be a lot of it. If there's a drought, the springs may dry up.
Yeah, righto.
There's a German sailboat over here. Big old.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. Big one.
I gotta update my shipping app mod. I don't think I see it.
Oh, you guys are seeing boats in a mod? I don't see any boats.
Yeah, you gotta download the GA ship or AI ship traffic, global AI
Can you
ship
send
traffic.
that to me?
I sure can.
It's in the pinned post on the Discord. Good stuff with the star.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch there that is recommended.
Yeah, and pick up Mamo Designs Marinas as well, because he's put all the marinas in around the world, which are loaded with yachts and stuff.
Oh, that's really cool.
The Waypoint 10 looks like a meteor impact, right?
Or a volcano.
Actually, it's volcanic.
Volcano, right? Yeah.
They actually have one like that off of Maui, which is the Molokini crater. I went snorkeling and it's really cool.
Very similar to this one. It's larger, I think, than this one, but this is
super
also
cool.
this also has expeditions come out from Kauai, or excursions rather, come out from Kauai and they snorkel in this one also. This is called Lehua Crater. It's a sunken atoll off the north coast of Niihau.
Wow.
Restricted Hawaiian State Wildlife Sanctuary. And it has a crescent shape, which you'll see as you get around the other side.
Yeah. The thing about snorkeling is you have to like do it like early in the day before the winds start, churning the waters and
When
reducing
the water's
visibility.
calm,
Yeah.
Yeah, I went scuba diving once on the Great Barrier Reef, and fuck me, it was depressing. It was just like the advertisements don't lie about the amount of fish. There are so many fish, but man, all the coral and all that is just brown. And this was like 10 years ago, so I can't imagine the state of it now.
They've been
Yeah,
trying
it
to
was
like
just-
restore it, I think.
For ages, yeah. But they'd rather give money to Adani and their coal mines
Oh.
up
Yeah,
there instead.
I mean, you know that the U.S. version of Survivor, the TV show, they were in the Australian outback for one season, and a reward challenge was the winners got to go to the Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah.
I think there was like a controversy over that because I think they actually took a piece of coral from it.
Oh, you are not allowed to do that.
That's like
You're
one
not
of the
even
biggest
allowed to
problems.
touch anything.
Yeah.
Like a diver comes up to you with a bit of coral that they've already got, and like you can touch it and that, but you're not allowed to touch anything. You're not allowed to stand on anything. Like there's shitloads of fish coming up to you. You're not allowed to touch them. And like because it was just so murky, like we're standing at like a coral shelf, and behind you is just deepness and blackness. Like you can't see out there, and like you can't shake the feeling. Like I can't see the thing out there watching me.
Yeah, I hate the ocean. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Why can't you touch the fish?
It's just not. It's a wildlife sanctuary, man. Like the entire Great Barrier Reef
Yeah, I don't
is
want to kill
wildlife.
it, but why can't I pet a fish?
Good luck.
And
I mean,
also, the balls on somebody telling me I'm not allowed to pet a fish. Fuck you. I'm probably gonna pet the fish unless you give me a good reason why it's gonna kill it if I touch it.
I mean,
Great white.
human
Because you have
interaction.
toxic stuff. You have stuck on your skin
Yeah,
that's
oils
toxic
and
to the
stuff.
fish.
I'm wearing a suit.
No, well,
Oh, not really.
not typically.
Am I not wearing a suit? I never actually scuba dived or whatever.
no, they
don't
give you like a
water
half
there.
wetsuit just to
Oh,
stop
okay.
like the tank and all that digging in.
So wait, the oils on my skin are gonna kill the fish?
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
Like every fish I've ever thrown back in the ocean is possibly dead?
I mean, good
Possibly.
luck
Aren't
reaching
fish
out and
covered
just
in like a
touching
really
one.
thick,
Mate,
like,
if it wasn't the hook
lubricant?
through its face, it might be your fingers.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know, they let me touch stingrays and they let me touch fish at the fucking aquarium here in Toronto. Nobody was like, your
Yeah.
hands are murdering fish.
No, I don't think that's actually a thing, but good luck actually reaching out and getting your hands on one. It's not as
Definitely
easy
not
as it
quick enough.
sounds in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. they can like sense you thinking about it, and all of a sudden an entire school of them are just gone.
Okay,
Crazy.
Touch the 9-foot gray one with the white bottom.
Yeah, he'll be happy about it.
Tickle it.
What's funny is I've done a
You
lot
get
of
that
diving in
shark.
Baja, and I'll tell you right now that sharks aren't what people think they are when you're in the
Nah,
water
they're
with
just
them.
dumb
They are
dogs.
not interested in you. They see you all the time. They saw you way before you saw them. I've been in the
That's
water
the
with a
part I
bunch of
don't like.
mako and thresher and things like that, and they always see you way before you see them, and they don't give a flying fuck that you're there.
Yeah, but how come you hear about these shark attacks like on the beach?
Surfers.
They thought you were
Almost
CEO.
always
alright.
surfers.
Yeah, well,
That's because
that,
you
and
got
Fat people from Arizona.
because you
get
have
the
4
truck, it-
million people in the water and 4 million sharks out there. You're bound to have some contact that doesn't go well.
Yeah.
Well, they also like not like eating humans. Like they spit people out. Like they don't
Yeah,
even.
we're
eat
gross.
people. Yeah, they think that we're seals. That's like 90% of the attacks are because you're in an
Exactly.
area where they think that you're one of their main prey.
You're flopping
Just
around.
like
like
shark
shit.
attacks
Yeah,
in,
like
Australia are
surfboards
bull sharks.
particularly look like seals apparently.
Definitely.
Bull sharks.
Bull sharks
Yeah.
go for everything, and you get drunk idiots down in the Gold Coast diving into the canals and that when they're infested with them, like Brisbane River.
Yeah.
Like people
Yeah.
catch bull sharks out of that thing. You do not go in the river. You do not go in canals because it's bull sharks all of the time.
Bull sharks are
no
super
exception.
territorial too, and they're brackish.
Yeah, they'll eat anything, man. You can
Yeah.
cut open a bull shark and find anything.
They're terrifying little fish.
Is this our halfway airport over here?
Feels
Negative.
like it. No. What's our halfway one? Princeville.
I live in California.
copy.
The only thing we see are occasional nurse shark, and like the whites go by, but they're really solitude, and you don't see them very often. If you find a mako or a thresher shark, drop a line in the water and eat.
You
that
sure this isn't our
motherfucker.
halfway point? Because this feels like halfway.
We didn't take
Yeah,
off
actually-
till 10 after, but it really isn't. We
Well,
can
there's
hear.
only one other airport between now and home.
Who said we were taken halfway at an airport?
All right.
Bush light.
Exactly, remember, bush plane.
Oh, that's right. I'm in a bush plane. I should know that.
Bush planes, twin engine bush planes.
Actually, we're going to fly up Waimea Canyon and then come back down and do a bush landing in some fields that are just this side of Barking Sands. I can easily turn that back and land at Barking Sands, but hey, what's the point of flying a bush plane if you're going to land at an airport?
I'm with you.
Yeah,
So we're not landing at Barking Sands, even though it's a waypoint. Right?
No.
it's a waypoint because you're going to fly by it.
All right, good to know.
It's a point of interest because Barking Sands is a former Army Air Corps and Naval Air Facility and is now known as the Pacific Missile Range Facility, Barking Sands.
Nice.
It's the world's largest instrumented
PMRF. Right.
world's largest instrumented multi-environmental range that's capable of supporting surface, subsurface, air, and space operations simultaneously.
Wow.
It's over 1,100 miles of instrumented underwater range and 42,000 square miles of controlled airspace. The wind-driven movement the masses of sand is what gives the beach its curious name. When they move, dry grains of sand have microscopic holes that cause reverberations when they move and rub together. And the sound they make sounds like a dog barking, if you can believe that.
Absolutely gonna YouTube that.
And at any rate, that's what's currently, and that's what's published about it. But that's all standard military intelligence cover for the real reason for the name. And the real reason for the name is that the area is home to the extremely deadly and highly endangered species. Notice the giant Kauai barking spider.
Oh.
Yep.
Why does that fuck? Fuck that, man.
Not gonna look that up.
It's a
Yeah.
that's definitely a real thing. They're terrifying.
Y'all be careful now.
Well, here's the question: when you fly bush planes and every lands in these small areas, do you do a pre-flight? Like every time you land and take off, and also do like a landing checklist and a pre-flight every time you just
Absolutely.
make those landings?
In the sim?
Absolutely.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, I'm going to be checking my boots before I put them on. But no,
Let me rephrase that. Do you want us to land to the place where there are barking spiders? Are you
Giant barking spiders?
are you barking?
Someone's
Giant
got their flamethrower with their pre-flights.
I need my pointy stick.
You'll need a lot more than that. Didn't you hear him? They bark.
What else should I bring? Half language?
Flamethrower. Flamethrower.
I'm sure there's a ballistic missile or two hanging around here we can use.
Yeah. It's not for training, that's just for all the spiders. So we're following this river up the canyon between waypoint 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Kind of. Not a lot of river there to follow at some places.
Oh, okay.
Now, Kauai is absolutely beautiful. It's known as the Garden Island for one thing, and also known as the Rainbow Island. I've never seen more rainbows than I have on Kauai, particularly up going up the canyon. A lot of them up there. It rains a lot up at the upper elevations, and we may run into some fellers there. So
It's looking very dark. I don't know if you guys have live weather on, but it's looking pretty dark over the island.
Yeah.
So we're going to
raining
overfly,
some.
go ahead and overfly Barking Sands, and then we're going to go down to close to a little town called Waimea. There must be a half a dozen towns called Waimea on the island. But this is Kauai's version, and it's right at the foot of Waimea Canyon. And Waimea Canyon is called the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. A large canyon that's about 10 miles long and up to 3,000 feet deep.
Wow.
Located on the west side of Kauai. Waimea is actually Hawaiian for reddish water. And the thing that you'll notice, not so much in the sim, but if you're ever there for real, is the red soil. There's some of it in the sim, but it's nothing like you see in real life.
Was that what was showing up on the satellite imagery back at that restricted island? Because there was a bit of red patches on.
A lot of red soil there too.
Yeah, right.
And the red dirt of Kauai particularly is used as a permanent dye in the local clothing industry. So if you go hiking in a nice pair of jeans or shorts or something, and you get that red dirt on you, congratulations, you've now got multicolored clothing.
As a matter of fact, in a lot of hiking trails in Hawaii, they have like a little place at the beginning, or at least at the end, when you come back, you actually you wipe your shoes on it to get all that dirt off of it, because you don't want to infect other types of, biomes. You could potentially introduce invasive material.
Exactly. And
you want to get those barking spiders off your feet now.
the barking spider is something. It's an old military thing. Somebody crack a particularly loud bark, and somebody say, "Oh, barking spider." That's where that came from. As far as inhabiting the area down there, I made that up myself, and I never lie.
Made that up yourself?
The big ones that are there, they're called bird-eating spiders. Is their actual name, and there's a bunch of them on Oahu and Hawaii.
There's nothing more just nightmare-inducing than a funnel web spider attacking something. Go look that up, and sweet dreams tonight. All right?
No, not a chance.
Pure terror.
Not a chance.
Those things stand up on its hind legs and have these massive fangs, and they're like all around Sydney, and yeah, extremely venomous, and
I know.
yeah, move like lightning and are absolutely frightening to watch attack something.
I've seen videos of them in Australia.
Not fun.
Too many things in Australia that bite.
Yeah, yeah. Like most of the time, like all the snakes and that don't really want anything to do with you. They're just there, but like, you know, they get into the suburbs and that you've got little kids playing in the yards or whatever. It's yeah, bit of a bad recipe.
Okay, the trick for Waimea Canyon here, guys, is to fly the canyon. So get down low and enjoy the scenery. And if you can get up to the top of it without having to use your Waikiki, good on you.
This is where our 2 engines are going to come in handy, Doc.
Heck yeah.
This is where your NOS comes in handy if you've got
I just flew under your belly.
I did fly a bit this morning, and you need to be able to turn faster. What I'm saying.
You can turn fast with the Skymaster, you just gotta add rudder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're down in the thick of it.
One of the reasons we have waypoints, lots of waypoints, canyon, and that red dirt is absolutely beautiful. You see it in weather conditions just like this. Something about the clouds that just makes it pop.
So, I'm guessing you've tripped to Hawaii a couple of times, right?
A number, yes, sir.
Yeah. Why's that? You got family there, or just you like
no,
it?
just like it.
Yeah.
I went there when I was in Vietnam. I went there on R&R because it was the only one that was open at the time.
Yep.
And I kind of fell in love with the place. Never made it back for 30 years.
Yep.
But made several trips going up. Now I'm going up the canyon there, guys, so I'm deviating off the flight plan. There's several forks in the canyon. Be careful which one to get on. I can't remember which one to take. Huh?
Oh, when you get to, what was it, waypoint 13, you gotta make sure you make a right turn at that point. Don't go left from there. Dead end.
Thank you.
I've got to say,
Oh, that's a typo. Sorry.
going